and this morning we're talking to Roz Hicks of City College Norwich. Roz, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's kick off then. Can you tell us a bit about you, City College and the Digitech Factory, of course, and what you do, please?
So I'm Roz Hicks. My job title is Head of Media, Business and Digital Industries, which is a big title, and it does cover a lot of educational areas at the college. So I look after all our media provision, business provision and digital provision on 2 campuses, on the Norwich campus and also at Paston College, which is in Norfolk in North Norfolk. So I look after all the media courses, business courses, including Btec and T-level, but also the digital industries part of it is the digital T-levels, but also digital art and animation, game design and development. So that is roughly about 550 students that study within that area across the college. And obviously City College Norwich is a large FE college in Norfolk. I think it might be one of the largest. We certainly take a lot of young people from Norfolk that study here. So we've got 3 campuses, the Norwich site, the Eastern site, which is our agricultural college, and then obviously we've got the centre in Norfolk as well, Paston College. So we serve a lot of young people in Norfolk, and I think we do a jolly good job of that.
Of course you do, right? No arguments from me. So just for those of us who don't necessarily know, Roz, a T-level, would you mind just explaining what that is?
So a T-level is the government's new qualification. It's a technical qualification. And they cover technical areas or vocational areas. So at the college currently, we run T-levels in education and childcare, health, science, engineering, construction, business, which is management and administration, and digital T-levels. In the future, we will look to widen that and include other T-levels as well. But the T-level is a qualification that is equivalent to 3 A-levels in its sort of academic challenge and its number of hours being taught, etc. But it's focused on one particular area. So in my area, I look after 3 T-levels. I look after the business management administration T-level, of which we do team leadership, but also we do a business support one, which is more administration work. Both of those T-levels feed into the local market skills gaps. There is still a big skills gap within the business leadership management, but also the administration part of that. And obviously business crosses lots of different areas in the local economy. So it's a really good feeder. With the digital T-levels, we do digital production design and development, which is our software and programming course. And then the other one is digital infrastructure, which is more to do with the sort of creation of a network, sort of wiring, taking computers apart, building them again, creating virtual machines, sorting out servers so that a system works appropriately. So therefore, we do quite a wide range of different courses to feed up to the local community and further steps after leaving us.
Gosh, that's a fabulous range of options for young people as well, isn't it? And I know from our previous conversations that you've got heaps of hands-on experience of what that young talent, those young people both need and want, Roz. So one of the big questions for this region, really, isn't it, and for developing any cluster as well, is how do we nurture our talent, and more importantly, in some ways, how do we keep it here, Roz? What's your thinking on those questions?
So with the T-level students here, part of their qualification, in addition to the sort of the academic study at college, is they have to do 315 hours industry placement. So we have been working with local employers for them to host a placement. Now, not all employers can do 315 hours, and a young person can take 2 placements within the qualification. Or employers can come in and set projects with our students, and they can get hours for their placement that way, because the employer then becomes the client. They set a brief, they come in and they run a project with our learners, and they see that through to the fruition and maybe judge it at the end, or sort of give feedback on what the final asset they've produced. So give you an example, maybe someone comes in and asks our students to build them a website. They will come in and be the client, set the brief, come in at sort of points during that process, and give sort of feedback on the journey, and then at the end would judge and give feedback on all the different groups' websites, for example. So
Fantastic.
part of it's really good. So I think with the T-level, it's set up on purpose to involve local employers. And I think that is what we need to focus on here. It's about that employer engagement, reaching out to local businesses and saying, this is who we are, this is the courses we run, how can we work together? We have your new workforce here. You know, let's encourage them to stay in Norfolk, either going straight into employment with some kind of higher apprenticeship or training scheme that individual employers can maybe set up themselves in-house.
Yeah.
The college also runs some digital apprenticeships as well, which our learners could progress to if employers were willing to sort of engage that way too. But the local universities as well, that they've obviously UEA have a computer engineering department, and Norwich University have also focusing quite a lot on the digital courses as well now, not just in game design, but also like user interface and user experience degrees as well. So therefore, Norwich, I think, and Norfolk is really starting to buzz together, if you like, and create this vibe for a new tech cluster that's coming here, and it's really exciting. And I think the students we're teaching now is the future. So therefore, we can encourage that, nurture that, build those links with employers alongside each other, and it's that kind of working together that's going to be the success for the future.
So you feel there's a beginning of momentum then, that buzz. You feel that something. I mean, presumably it takes a long time to get the momentum going, doesn't it? But you feel that that's now really starting to hum, Roz. What makes you feel that?
I think it's from the experiences that our learners have had, and the experiences that the employers are engaging or are sort of letting our learners become involved in. So we've had a few events recently. I mean, we had a Hack 24 was hosted at the college over the weekend, and
the Aviva hackathon, which was part of this project. And it was a massive success, I've heard.
It was a massive success, and we hosted it at the college. So the main part of the challenge in the teams was hosted at the college and in our Digitech Factory. Now, our Digitech Factory is a purpose-built building for digital education for the local area. So we are lucky to have a range of different rooms with different spec PCs in it. We've got break fix rooms. We've got sort of computer engineering and software engineering rooms. We have break fix rooms, which are like computer laboratories to allow students to test and try things as well. We've got CAD suites in there for sort of construction students to get their kind of sort of computer aided design as part of their construction courses and the surveying courses. So it's like a purpose-built environment. And if you've ever looked around it, it's very industrial looking. It's very trendy and cool. And that's done, but it's done on purpose to create this kind of professional atmosphere, because we very much want to teach this professional behaviours for work. So we've got this building which we're sort of hosting this professional behaviours for work, and then when the employers come in and they see it, they're like, wow, this is amazing, why didn't I have that when I was at college? And the experiences the young people get, which is only enhanced further by local industry, and it sort of sets the learners up to see what they can do without having to move away.
It's fantastic. Your enthusiasm and passion is, I was already enthusiastic, but Roz, my goodness, it's even more exciting listening to you talking about it. So as you know, we don't have a huge amount of time for this video on this occasion. So in this last couple of minutes then, as you know, this is part of a project to look at understanding and setting up a fintech cluster for Norwich and Norfolk. So in the last couple of minutes then, Roz, what do you think? What do you really want the people that are busy thinking about this to really take on board? What do you think are the key things that should be on their either to-do list or to think about and get answers to list?
I think most importantly for me in education is that any sort of projects or schemes or ideas fintech have, come to us. We are educating the future. Our learners are going to be the employees locally in the future. Work with us to help shape what you want in terms of the skills you need, the education you'd like learners to have to progress into your industry, whether that be the financial services part of that or tech side or both. We do have good links with Aviva and their digital department, but also other aspects of that as well. And we work with the Foundry as well in terms of that process and getting those skills together. But it's not just Aviva. Let's widen our scope. Let's start to work with all organisations, because the future starts here and the future starts at City College with our learners, and see that progression locally would be absolutely fantastic. So in your planning, in your ideas creation, any brainstorming you have about what you think your plans would be the next 1, 2, 5, 10 years, come to us and let us see how we can help you shape that for the future and for the future skills in Norwich and the employment and industry locally.
I don't think there's a better place to stop this morning than there, Roz. So thank you so much.
Pleasure.